reciting the divine narrative from the Gauranga treasures of Bengal about how Ravana kidnapped Sita. There was one demon named Akampana who had fled Ram's onslaught at Panchvati. He reached Lanka, the capital of demons, and conveyed the entire story to Ravana. He described how Ram had single-handedly vanquished the entire demon army at Janasthana forest, killing Khara and Dushana in the process. Ravana was skeptical initially as he could not believe that one human could accomplish such a feat. But then he thought that Akampana was also a great general and was an expert in gauging the strength of the enemy. Ravana also remembered how he had previously received Brahma's boon that he could not be defeated in any battle by demigods or other celestial beings. But he had not asked for immunity against humans as he used to consider them trivial. Akampana warned Ravana that though Ram appeared human, he was invincible in war and that Ravana would not be able to match his strength. Hence he suggested that Ravana kidnap Sita so that Ram could be dealt an emotional setback. This would render him weak and he can then be defeated. Ravana thought about Akampana's proposal. He crossed over the southern ocean and met with Maricha, who had become an ascetic and retired to the forest having been defeated by Ram. When Ravana disclosed that he wanted to kidnap Sita, Maricha was left utterly shocked. He strongly warned Ravana against touching Sita. Maricha, who was well aware of Ram's strength, revealed to Ravana how Ram could even bring down the heavens if he so wished. If Ravana kidnapped Sita, an enraged Ram would surely bring upon the destruction of the entire Rakshas race, Maricha warned. Heeding the advice of Maricha, Ravana gave up his evil intentions and returned to Lanka. However, soon Shurpanakha reached Lanka and rebuked his brother Ravana in front of his ministers for not taking any action against Ram, Lakshmana, and Sita, who were responsible for cutting off Shurpanakha's ears and nose. Ram had killed Khara, Dushana, and the entire Rakshas army at Dandaranya forest, Shurpanakha reported. Shurpanakha longed for revenge and wanted to incite Ravana. Knowing her brother's weakness, Shurpanakha related to Ravana how beautiful Sita was and how Ravana should snatch Sita away from Ram and make her his consort. Ravana's mind was fascinated by hearing Sita's beauty and he decided to kidnap her. Ravana crossed over the ocean in a celestial chariot and met with Maricha once again. This time he did not pay any heed to Maricha's warnings. He warned Maricha and threatened to kill him if he did not cooperate with Ravana. Accordingly, Ravana and Maricha reached Ram's hermitage at Dandaka forest. Maricha, who was a powerful mystic, assumed the form of a beautiful deer and moved around Ram's hermitage. The deer playfully came near Sita and then moved away again. Sita was completely charmed by the deer and wanted to keep it as her pet. Hence, she requested Ram again and again to catch the deer. Lakshmana warned Ram that the deer must be a Rakshas as it seemed to be unusually attractive. But Sita's insistence forced Ram to disregard all apprehensions and chase after the deer instead. After chasing for a few miles, Ram understood that it was indeed a Rakshas as no deer could run with such a great speed. It seemed to be a trick to drive Ram away from his hermitage. Raising his bow, he shot an arrow which killed the deer. Coming closer, Ram found that it was Maricha who had assumed the form of the beautiful deer. Before leaving his body, Maricha perfectly imitated Ram's voice and cried out, "Lakshmana, help me! Alas, Sita!" The sound of his cry reverberated across the entire forest. Ram understood that the demon wanted to confuse Sita and Lakshmana. He wanted to return to his hermitage as quickly as possible, but it was miles away. At the hermitage, Sita was anxious on hearing Ram's cry. She pleaded with Lakshmana again and again to go to the rescue of Ram. But Lakshmana comprehended that it was a ploy of the demons. He assured Sita that Ram could not be defeated even if all the demigods united against him. Hence she had no reason to fear a small deer harming Ram. But Sita would not have any of it. She rebuked Lakshmana for staying unperturbed and charged him with harboring desires to enjoy Sita. Pierced by Sita's sharp words, Lakshmana unwillingly left her and set out to search for Ram. As soon as Lakshmana left, Ravana approached Sita, who was now all alone. Ravana came in the guise of an ascetic. He was captivated by her beauty and his mind was filled with lust. Mistaking him to be an ascetic, Sita welcomed her guest and fetched him food. As time passed, Ravana became more and more enchanted by Sita's beauty. He decided to carry her by force if necessary. Revealing his true form and real identity, Ravana proposed to Sita and asked her to become his queen. Sita reproached Ravana again and again. She scorned and derided him with sharp words. Ravana was outraged to discover that Sita remained committed to Ram, a mere human according to him, despite Ravana, the king of Lanka, petitioning her again and again. Finally, losing patience, Ravana caught hold of Sita and forcefully carried her to his chariot that was waiting nearby. As the chariot rose, she called for Ram at the top of her voice. Distracted with grief and anguish, Sita wailed like a mad woman. As the chariot rose higher, Sita noticed Jatayu, the great vulture, resting on a tree and cried to him for help. Jatayu initially tried to talk sense into Ravana and warned him against stealing another's wife against the eternal codes of morality. He warned Ravana that Ram would vanquish him along with his entire kingdom. Seeing Ravana indifferent, Jatayu, the king of vultures, decided to fight the demon. Ravana punched blows at Jatayu, but the bird carefully dodged them. He attacked Ravana with his talons. The fight was frightening to witness. Ravana struck thousands of arrows toward Jatayu. Ignoring his wounds, Jatayu attacked Ravana with his beak and claws, inflicting wounds. He broke Ravana's jewel-studded bow, which fell from the sky. Ravana strung another bow and shot arrows toward the bird. Dodging them, Jatayu tore off the heads of Ravana's mules and killed the charioteer, causing the chariot to fall to the ground. The demigods, witnessing the battle, highly praised Jatayu. Jatayu tore Ravana's back with his talons and struck his head with his beak. An enraged Ravana rushed towards Jatayu and lopped off the bird's wings with his razor-sharp sword. Jatayu fell off the sky, being mortally wounded. Jatayu was brave and fought till the very end to rescue Sita. Overcoming Jatayu, Ravana forcefully grabbed Sita and flew towards Lanka. The demigods who witnessed Ravana's flight understood that Ravana's time was coming to an end. Reaching Lanka, Ravana took Sita to the inner section of his palace and entrusted her to the care of female demons. He ordered them to take good care of Sita and provide her with every object of enjoyment she desires. Ravana tried to seduce Sita again and again but failed miserably. Finally, he warned Sita that if she did not yield to become Ravana's consort within a year, Ravana would have her killed and eat her flesh. With her mind wrapped in the thoughts of Ram, Sita fell unconscious, tormented by fear and grief.